Paragraph 2.5 is going to define those things that are included in the sale of the property. And so it's important to read through those. The contract actually has some language that very specifically defines what's included in the transaction and what is not, unless anything in there is specifically called out in paragraph 2.6 as being excluded. So if you read through there, you see things like HVAC, right, plumbing, wiring, all those things obviously are included. Also things like window coverings, fireplace grates, um, any attached to fixed appliances, those things are all going to be included by definition unless they're called out specifically. In paragraph 253, it specifies that any personal property that may be transferred is transferred free of any liens and encumbrances. So there are no loans, let's say. Great example in today's market is solar panels. If somebody came in and had solar panels installed and they have a 20-year loan to pay those off, then either they need to get paid off at closing, or it needs to be called out here very specifically that the seller, or the buyer rather, is taking on that responsibility. And then finally, parking and storage is going to talk about things like at a condo complex, if you've got a separate garage that may be transferred with the property, that needs to be called out here. Not necessary to call out attached garages, anything that's on the property that's defined in a single family kind of a situation. Then that's not really what this is for. And then again, paragraph 2.6 is going to specifically exclude anything that the seller doesn't want to part with, or anything that the buyer doesn't want to take on. Let's say they don't want the washer and dryer, even though the seller said they would include it. The buyer says, "Hey, I've got a washer and dryer. I don't want to have to deal with theirs." Then we can exclude it here in the contract so that everybody understands what they're getting during the transaction. We're going to move on next to water rights.